Hey Sagittarius, we're going to do your reading for this month. No real pre-reads going on right now. I feel kind of alert. Ah, this would be why. This is really interesting. These two are stuck together today. They are definitely stuck. This is all trial, no error, and this is the merger between the two. There's something about you being alert about an error. You could be being alerted that there was an error made in some type of a merger. This seems like it was newsworthy, whatever it is. This could either be you being on high alert or someone being on high alert about you. Either way it goes, this is like an astronaut taking off, right? And you could be alerting other people about an error. It's almost like the Apollo 13. If people had known that it was just going to explode, or the Apollo 11 was going to have issues, or if people knew what was going to happen when they went into space, they may not go. Either way, whether it's successful or unsuccessful, you're probably going to read about it. And it is kind of the ultimate frontier, like the last frontier, if you will. There's something about flying. There's something about flying. There's something about this being a frontier, or maybe the ability to, I'm going to leave that there for a moment because I don't want to misread the message. This is the Fool card. So this is a leap of faith. And this is the Two of Cups, meaning love. This could be news of love or news of an error in love. There could have been there's something flying. I'm seeing like aerodynamics, aeronautics. That's what this is giving. And coming out with this merger, there's something about it needing to be like this is the Empress card, meaning that something is not marvelous, it's not blooming, it is not something in your life may not be going that well. Like there's no new glow for you. This is old news, whatever this is. It could be new news and old news coming together. You know how sometimes people will close a case, for example, and then later it's reopened by a different precinct in a completely different time frame, like 10 years later or something like that. That's what this is giving, is like it's like an update. You're updating someone about an error, some kind of aerodynamics that might go wrong, something that did go wrong in a merger, or something that just really was unenjoyable for you, or this is what someone is saying about you, Sagittarius. You will know how that applies. Yep, and then makes her mark is coming out. This is Five of Pence. So either you're being left out in the cold or someone else is being left out in the cold. But whatever this is, I feel like you're almost telling someone you're not going to make your mark, or there's an error in the way that you're making your mark, or I'll give you a trial period, but after that, you're going to be taken off the schedule. It's like that, okay? That's kind of what this energy is denoting. It doesn't have to be that serious, but maybe it is that serious. Who knows? It's not that serious. This is the Four of Cups in the upright, meaning you're kind of just like walking. You're not even going to accept whatever this is. This is that unseen flawless forever, but it's in the reverse. So whatever you're trying to make your mark on, it's either like you didn't see it coming, it just completely like, didn't register for you at the time that wasn't going to work. I don't know if NASA has like trial runs that they try to, put out there. I don't know what the ISS does. I don't know. Maybe Sagittarius. Maybe that's why you're analyzing the situation so closely. It's something about you keeping your eye. Remember I was saying alert? It's like you weren't alerted about how to make a mark on something or somebody, or in a specific way. And if you're this astronaut, it's like your life is the one that's in danger. Does that make sense? Or your life is the one that needs to be like aware of the fact that there could be an error, or there could be a merger that does not end up being so marvelous. Um, it's like I'm just seeing someone needing to be meticulous, be very meticulous about something here. This is either you, Sagittarius, or someone else towards you. I'm actually not going to use that deck right now. I'm going to use the Eye of Ra deck really quickly just to get really clear on what's going on here. That kind of rhymed. uh, okay. All trial, no error. This is some kind of power. And I do want to say it's like engine failure almost, or power outage, or some type of like goal that you were trying to meet. You were trying to make a mark using power or using energy, or taking off. Like, I'm gonna take off on everybody. Like, that was you right here. That is the part that is concerning at this point. There's something about, it's almost like having a meltdown at a power plant right before a nuclear explosion or an atomic bomb goes off. It's something about like it's a fastidious attention to detail is what I've heard other people say before. And I like the way that sounds just because it is a fast moving energy. It is very much in the details. It's going to be written about in detail. Like, this is about to go down in history. Okay. It's like the front of Time magazine at some point had your picture plastered all over it. You feel me? And you could be notorious for good things or bad things. Who knows? But let's get more, please. What can I get for the ultimate merger? Void. Oof. Okay. So this merger, this powerful takeoff that you could have had, or that someone else is having, and like I said, this energy goes, it is not gender specific, it is not situation specific. This could be love, which is what it's giving off because of the Two of Cups and the leap of faith here, the Fool card. But this is also kind of letting you know, I'm just seeing like a merger being null and void. I hate to say that to you. I'm sorry if this is your situation. It's almost like you have a lack of power going on. This is a power outage. That's what I was saying before. It's literally repeating the same message here. There's going to be a loss of impact, or a loss of I almost just hear survival. It's like they never rose again. It's like it was supposed to be this marvelous trip to space where we're exploring these united frontiers where, so, yeah, look, it's just no love there. No love given, no love lost. Yikes. Okay. That's what's not so marvelous. You're not gonna, something that's about to happen is you may not like it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I can't stand readings like this, but that's honestly what this is. This is literally giving, like, someone was aiming for something. Someone was had their eye on a target, like the moon or Mars or wherever, right? And instead of making your mark, you missed something. There's something about fastidious detail and paying attention to the smallest little minute things when it comes to love in specific, because this merger is the Two of Cups. There will be no love there. And it's like, I think honestly, I get the feeling from this. I'm sweating. I've been sweating a lot while I'm channeling lately, and I almost feel like it was 93 degrees outside today. Today. Okay. It's like, yeah, sure, let's go with that. It's almost like you don't have AC, central cooling systems, right? And because of that, things overheat. or something becomes null and void. It's almost like now I just need a standing fan to sit in front of, because my central AC, I don't really love sitting here sweating all over, you know? That's kind of the same. This could be as severe as what I was talking about before, you know, the crashing down of an, I don't know, or it could be as minute as just being too hot. Wanting to know, you know, what you can do to cool down. Here's friendship coming out. So I do want to say this is what you were trying to make your mark with. This was X marks the spot. You were trying to hit right here, like a friendship. It's almost like you were trying to make friends with somebody, but you didn't see something, or someone else didn't see something about you. Okay? There's something about this. I'm going to sing it because I've sang it 1,000 times and I feel like it just applies to this card for some reason. It's that back massage song. You go like on someone's back, you go, going on a bear hunt. X marks the spot. 4 big boulders, 1 little rock. Spiders crawling up your spine, spiders crawling down your spine. A cool breeze, now you got the shiveries. It's like there's something about that that's not being accepted, or doesn't seem appropriate or acceptable in this situation any longer. This is the 5 of Pence and the 4 of Cups coming out together. So when I see the friendship card on top of that in the upright, it's almost like you've rejected a friendship where somebody continuously is like not seeing your worth, or they're not seeing your value, or they simply don't see you as being a valuable individual in the first place. So you can fall in love with them if you want to, but at the end of the story here, there's not going to be a lot of love lost. It has not been a marvelous situation. You're not glowing. You know, it's just not what it was supposed to have been. The focus to the detail. This is the fastidious attention to detail. That for some reason was overlooked or undervalued. So this could be you being undervalued, you being overlooked, or this could be what you're saying about someone else. I don't know. You will know how that applies to your life. I'm going to use the Oracle deck to get some more clarifiers here. We're only going to go around one more time because I'm not trying to make these that long. I don't feel like it. Okay, loss is coming out, telling you the cards are going to keep repeating the same message because it's just what it is. Okay, this is a loss of power that you're going through, and it's because maybe you keep trying something. Like, you know how they say, if at first, this is the first row of cards here, if at first you don't succeed, try again. In this specific case, you're going to take a loss every time that you tamper with the power, or don't realize that the power source is probably going to get cut. Not because of, this is number 5, by the way. Not because of that you're not trying. That's not what I'm saying. You could be trying very much, a lot, over and over and over in a loop, cyclically doing something, right? There's something that you need to pay attention to that's just, look at, this is the universe with both hands and a star and 2 stars trying to get your attention and tap you on the shoulder, telling you that you're going to take a loss. Okay? And this is energy that's progressing right now for this month. Yeah. Maybe you need to realize there's not a competition. There's no competition in something. Okay? You need, maybe don't try to challenge yourself or other people to anything this month. You don't want to try that. It's like there's not going to be an error. Your power is just going to get cut off, though. You know what I mean? And it has something to do with like surviving without competition. This is what I mean by like going back over the aerodynamics, the aeronautics the errors. I'm just seeing Wedding Crashers in my mind where he's like, erroneous. I don't know. It's just something about that I think the universe is kind of trying to like let you know, maybe in a more gentle way before it happens, because this is the real tragedy over here. This is the Empress and no love. So not having love for the Empress is a big problem. The Empress is the counterpart to the Emperor, which is kind of like king and queen energy, but to a higher extent, like even to a more, like to the next level. It's a level up from them. Each, pence, coins, pence, wands, swords, and cups all have a king and a queen, just like in a regular card deck, right? But in tarot, the Empress and the Emperor are supposed to be balanced. When I see this coming out, it just means there's something like horribly off. Something is really wrong. You're supposed to have marvelous new starts, marvelous love, marvelous. You're supposed to marvel at life, okay? You're not supposed to be arguing with what mark you're gonna hit and who's friends with who and blah 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 blah. I'm hearing a lot of this has happened. This makes sense with the energy that's going on in terms of news. Maybe like no news is good news in this case, okay? Because you don't want the kind of love that's gonna end up making its mark on in a bad way, unless you're just a cruel person, which is not. I'm not talking to y'all. Yeah, you're not going to appreciate this. Whatever news is about to come out, you might not like it. There's going to be like a lack of appreciation, a lack of unity, a lack of a common denominator is what I'm hearing. Wow. Okay. This could be denominational. You could be really religious, and like if you don't pay attention to your higher power, whatever that is, in love situations, you may not feel like you're fulfilled, or you may not feel, yeah, you've not reached your purpose. Okay. If the purpose was to find love, that marvelous stuff did not take place. This card is number 38 for purpose. And if you've lost kind of your glow in love, you might need to put more effort, or you might need to just like let it go. If you've been putting all the effort that you possibly can, and you know that you put your best foot forward in the only way that you know how, you shouldn't be in despair about that. It should be just something that just let it go. I just want to say it like hands off. That's one of those blow up moments that's like a powerful blow up moment. Like I said, if the whole world or the whole nation is watching the space race between two countries and one of the two shuttles blows up, this is what this is. There's no longer a merger there. It's about the relationships with people because of this last love pile. It's something about relationships with others that need to be genuinely loving rather than just appear that way. It can't just be, you can't be forever flawless. That's nobody. Everybody has a flaw. Everybody has problems, you know, or if you think you're a god, by all means, go right ahead. But that is very narcissistic thinking, to think that you're anything other than what you are. So, I mean, like, what I just say, if you think you're God, go right ahead. But there is no rest when you're trying to make friends with the mark of the beast, for example, and you hate the beast. Then don't be Bella at the ball. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a love situation that you just have to come to terms with. That's it. That's it. There's no more. There isn't any more. That's what you're reading, Sagittarius. I'm so sorry it wasn't on the more uplifting side, but some things are just more upworthy than others. And you'll know how this is going to pan out for you personally. Hopefully, better than it panned out in the reading. And I wish you all the very best. Bye.